that current funding guidelines particularly are misaligned with emergency response in conflict zones, but it seems to have been this way ever since I can remember. For example, back in Bosnia, when I first started in 1993, I was asked to help a group of about 28 critically injured children and their mothers who were trapped in a besieged hospital in Nova Bila in central Bosnia. So I went to the major organizations and I said, can we do something? They said, well, first of all, you have to have funding for transport, so that will take several weeks. You need to get visas for children. You need to get hospitals abroad to accept them. So you're probably looking at 2 or 3 months to be able to help. And that didn't make any sense to me. So I got permission from the warring parties on both sides to be able to help these kids. I couldn't go in by road because there was snow on the ground and no aid organizations could travel to that area. So I went to see a helicopter pilot, a Croatian helicopter pilot, who agreed to fly me in. And we had to go at night without lights because of the anti-aircraft guns. It was a no-fly zone, but I'd informed the UN what I was doing. And we took our chances. We flew in, found the children at the hospital with their mothers, and there was one girl who'd lost both her legs in an explosion that killed her father, and she'd been waiting 3 months to get out of there. Anyway, I was able to fly them out and take them to a hospital in Split in Croatia, where they spoke the same language and the doctors were able to give them the treatment they so desperately needed. But that's the way it's been for 30 years. I've been working in so many different areas: Ukraine, northern Iraq, Syria, Gaza, Afghanistan, all these areas, it's the same problem. Small organizations like mine who need to act quickly cannot get funding from the big organizations. It's impossible because it takes weeks, first of all, to fill out an application form, and then it takes months to get the funds, and by then the children would have died, some of them. So we're reliant on private donors who have been amazing. I'm able to contact someone and say, please, we need £17,000 to do this mission, and we have the funds in 24 hours. Obviously, it's not always possible, but that's how we do it. We rely on private donors, on small foundations, but it's time now that the bigger organizations recognize the work that the smaller organizations are doing, but also the work that people are doing on the ground, the doctors, the nurses, the midwives who are helping in their own communities, and they're trying to support their families at the same time, and they don't have money. So we're also focusing on doing that, on helping staff in a clinic in Gaza, for example, to be able to treat the children every day. Because without those people, I don't know what would happen. They're saving lives every single day. And I just think it's vital that we find a way to do this. And I think Aurora are actually looking at this the way no other organization has ever done. So I'm delighted to be part of this.